Yeah.
Hey yo, man, it's your time. And fuck poverty. Get this money, man. What the fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
I can tell you're mad at me just by how your face look. You can check the status on
What's
my
up, everybody?
phone,
Welcome to the Phil
Facebook.
Leroy Judgmental Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is Phil.
So what's going on, Phil? We got two guests.
Ain't nothing much. Just here chilling, busting it up, waiting for the Super Bowl.
All right, we got two guests sitting up here. Like, who these guests are here?
We got Big Mike and my brother Chic.
So, real quick, Mike. So we was talking about the Super Bowl and the other, what was that? Part 1 or whatever. So who you think gonna win the Super Bowl?
I like the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I like the veteran team. Going with the veteran team. It's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good game. It should be a competitive game. And I think that the Rams is a veteran team. And Cincinnati is a good team, but they'll be back.
Same thing.
They'll be back. But that defense, the Rams defense is going to come through for them because the offensive line of Cincinnati, it still should be a good game. But I got to give it to the Rams.
All right. Yes, that's the same thing that Chick said.
Same exact.
Well, my thing is,
Same exact.
this is the Bengals' third time in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lifetime.
Third time. So don't you think they deserve one?
Oh, they deserve it, but they ain't gonna win it.
I'm telling you, man.
Well, the Eagles deserved one too, and they won it.
Well, they deserve it.
It was that year. Like, it do feel like that kind of year, though. You know how the year you felt like it's just this is it for the Eagles. They just winning, and you felt it. You know what I'm saying? Like it do feel like that kind of year for Cincinnati, but.
And like
the
you were saying about
Odell
Joe Burrow,
Beckham, yes.
Von Miller, and Aaron Donald, like their defense is just. Then they got the Weddle. It's just like their defense is just on a different. Their offense probably can bang it out, but the defense of the Rams is like the difference.
That's gonna be the difference,
right?
I think so too.
Yeah.
So, all right. So what's your final score?
Oh, it's gonna be a good. The Rams gonna beat them by at least 10 points.
Okay.
At least 10 points, at least.
You don't want to give a final score, you just want to say 10 points.
It's going to be, I say 35 to 21.
Okay. So are you going to watch it over your son-in-law Phil's house?
What, you having the Super Bowl party here?
No, he ain't having the Super Bowl.
But y'all want to come over, y'all can come over. They ain't
who y'all like, though?
I like the Bengals. They all said the Rams.
You said the Rams, too?
Yeah.
I had a 20. I think I said 23-32.
I said 27-20.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what you said?
What did I say? 34-21 or 34-27?
34 is a lot for a good defense to be giving up, Roy. Come on now.
Yeah.
27-20.
So why you like Cincinnati? Just because the year they having this year?
Yo, Joe Burrow, he just different.
34-27.
Joe Burrow gonna be a star, man.
And he gonna break every record, man.
Oh yeah, he gonna be a star.
He just looked like one of them. Like
he gonna be a star.
When Tom Brady leave and Aaron Rodgers leave, it's gonna be like Joe Burrow.
They're gonna make him the golden boy.
It's gonna be like
they trying
They're gonna make him the golden boy. Yes, they
man.
are.
All right, so you say him over Trevor Lawrence?
Easy. Easy.
Well, you can't compare because Trevor Lawrence only got 1 year on
That's true,
his
too.
belt.
Chargers
You
quarterback.
can tell just by watching them play.
Herbert.
All right, so over Herbert?
He's over. Listen, this
Herbert,
dude.
nice.
What about what's the name? Allen.
Who,
All right,
Josh Allen.
Right.
That's a different kind of.
I think they on the same level.
Because they
I think him and Josh Allen's on the same level right now. But ain't none of them other young boys you talking about nowhere near them dudes.
All right, because it seems like the NFL is targeting Josh Allen, like you said, and Herbert.
Yo,
Them two.
They're gonna target Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow,
They're gonna target Joe
he
Burrow.
different.
Those are the three faces, though. Them three guys right there.
Yeah.
I don't think Herbert's gonna be that guy. I don't think he's gonna be that
Herbert
guy.
can throw that ball, man. He can put up them numbers.
I don't think he's gonna be that guy. He's great. Lose Mike Williams this year. He still got Keenan Allen. I want to see what he do without Mike Williams. But I don't think he that guy. But I think because I don't really know besides Stephen Diggs, them Buffalo receivers over there, and Josh Allen on some different shit. And Joe Burrow, he got the guys. He got his guy from college and Tyler Boyd and
Mixon.
No, what's the
Ford
other
and
other
Higgins.
receiver? Higgins.
Higgins.
He got all those guys. So if he can keep them guys, man, he gonna break Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. He gonna break all them records, dog. I'm telling you, he gonna break all of them. If they can keep that team, he's gonna break all of them.
It don't work that way though. The wide receivers ain't gonna stay with them.
They gotta get paid. There's not no money.
He already got like 3 or 4 games with 500 passing yards, dog. If he didn't get hurt last year,
I agree with
that bull would be crazy. He's gonna break all them records, dog.
I don't know about breaking Peyton Manning records.
Peyton
Break them Jones, man. I'm telling you.
Peyton had banging receivers and
almost every
game.
passing record in the league, dog.
Peyton Manning,
But
man.
the only thing I don't like is he already like 23 or 24. He ain't no young boy. He almost like 25 years old. That's the only thing I don't like about him.
Got to his prime too fast.
I mean, he was in college chilling and stuff. So he ain't no young boy like how Justin Herbert, like he ain't no 19, 20, 21.
So how old Justin? They all around about a year older, right?
You know this is second year, right?
Yeah.
World second year.
He's like 25 years old, man.
Well, he stayed in college longer.
That's the only thing I don't like about him. He like 24,
Plus he got
25.
So you're gonna have a shorter prom.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But he's gonna break a lot of records, man. That dude good, man.
If he get an offensive line,
I'm telling you.
you gotta get an offensive
That's
line.
all you gotta do. He work on the offensive line, defensive line.
If you don't get an offensive line, them defensive guys
he don't
tear
need
him up.
no offense. He don't need a running back. He don't need a tight end. He don't need no
offensive
receiver.
line.
None of that.
And some defense.
Offensive line, some defense, and he is good.
That's true.
So you don't think the offensive line gonna hold up in the Super Bowl?
No. Against
Not
the
against
Rams?
Donald and
No.
Von Miller.
Don Miller, this is a special year for them, man.
25.
Yeah, he's 25. That's what I'm saying.
That's old.
I said 24. I said 24.
25.
I gave him the benefit of the doubt.
26 by the end of this year.
I said 24. I thought he was a young boy.
He's older than I thought.
Yeah, he's
I didn't
older.
know that.
I know he is.
So he'd be 26 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
Next football season be 20.
that's what I'm saying. You think he's
money,
a
though.
young bull, but he's well experienced though. You know what I'm saying? That's why he
Must stop
got
him getting his
through
money.
Kansas City and teams of that nature because he got some background with him, dog. He ain't no young bull. You know what I mean?
I know y'all say 25. He ain't a young boy.
He's about to be
25 is
26
your
this
prime.
year.
25 is supposed to be your prime in sports.
And NFL now,
And when you hit the
football,
30, 31, you old.
yeah, in sports, but for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
If you got an offensive line, you see what Tom Brady just did.
That's one.
Tom Brady was the MVP
That's one out
candidate
of
this year.
that's one out of
That's true.
100,000.
But got to be another one coming, right? You just say you're gonna break all the records, so
I'm
he
just saying.
might be another one coming.
It's 100,000 of them that you just name one, and you can name Brett Favre. You know what I'm saying? And you can name Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
That's
To
3
move up.
out of 10,000. That's 3 of them. It ain't that many that do that,
years under your
man.
belt.
Yes.
Josh
Josh Allen is 24 and he got 4
Well,
years under
Well,
his belt.
technically,
That's how it's supposed to be.
that's like 1.5 years because he was hurt.
He like 2 years behind, basically.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
at one time you had to
That's
sit
true.
around for 2-3 years, quarterbacks, before
They
they
don't
even
do that-
start
they don't
playing.
do that no more for top picks, though.
No, they don't.
They did that. They did that for my guy in Kansas City. He had to sit down for a couple years
I think they sat down for
before
1
he
year.
got his chance. 1 year?
I thought he
I
did
think it
1
was
year.
1 year.
Yeah, it might have been 1
Yeah.
year. Alex Smith over there.
Al Smith, yeah, it was 1 year.
And then that was it. Sometimes you gotta sit out for a year. But Joe Barrow got thrown right to the wolves, but he was already an old head before his time. He came in the league 24 years old, 23 years
So,
old.
all right, y'all. Where y'all grew up in Southwest, right?
Yeah, soft.
And what part?
60th and Reinhardt. That was the block, wasn't
The
it,
hood,
Phil?
yeah.
Then we was on 60th and Army Street. You know what I mean?
I was,
70th and Grays. We all around.
you're going
Southwest.
too far. You went to Grace. That's like your old. That's
Skating
like your
ring.
Yeah, that's like your
that's
older
Late,
team.
that's like late teens,
yeah,
about to be adults.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about
we
to be
start
adulthood.
from the beginning. We start from the
mean,
beginning.
Beginning, we would say Reinhardt.
Reinhardt Street is where I can remember, but we originally from Wanamaker Street, West Philly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the originality where we where my generation come from. You know what I mean?
Right.
West Philly, Wanamaker Street. I don't remember them parts though. I remember Southwest though.
Right. So what was the good parts about being around there? That's a question for both of y'all.
In Southwest,
Yeah.
growing up in Southwest, well, it was a different time, like, because we talked about this where nowadays the kids stay in the house all the time. We only came in the house, like, they'll stay in the house and be on their computers and stuff. We had, like, Atari and Nintendo and stuff like that, but we only did that if we couldn't go outside. If it's raining or the weather fucked up,
Yeah.
It was either outside
we
or
playing football,
nothing.
baseball, basketball, tag. We out playing, you know what I mean?
And where was y'all playing at? Was y'all playing in what's the playground over there?
Myers.
Myers. There
Yeah, we
you
played
go.
in Myers.
Catherine had
we
a
used to play in the
field.
cemetery right there.
Right at the cemetery on King Sesson. That was where we played football at.
Right.
That was the football days, and we played in the middle of the street some nights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tackle in the streets.
In the street tackle, tell them, Phil. Listen, when I tell Tay and them about this, they be looking at me like, yeah, Dad said he used to play in the middle of the street. That's where we used to tackle each other at.
Yep.
Blood everywhere, dog. We didn't care.
Fucking head split and shit. That was the good old days.
I try to tell them that, but they don't believe me. They like, yeah, or whatever.
And if you think about it, it's hard for a new age kid to believe that.
Yeah, it's like
Because-
he played on concrete. They make fun of it, like they think I'm lying. I'm like, dog, that's where we really played. Like that's where it was at.
All right, I'm on the young people's side. Like, is that a bad thing to say that's kind of weird?
No,
Being that the stuff that we know now,
because
stuff that
listen,
we know now, you know what I mean?
this is my point of view. The NFL is a physical sport.
right.
Nowadays, they trying to make it a sucker sport.
No,
You can't touch the quarterback. You can't touch this person. You hit him high. Them hits back in the day, they was great hits. We loved that. Phil,
No.
we ain't like that. We ain't like when my
okay.
man Sean Teller laid out the punter, even though he was a punter, he laid him out. You do that now, you get a flag, dog.
Okay,
That's not football to me.
so that's a bad thing.
That's a terrible thing because
No.
we played in the streets, getting hit on concrete. Now it's something you can't touch a dude. If you touch him below the knee, that's a flag.
It is a flag. It should
If
be.
you touch him above the shoulder, that's a flag. Like, come on, man.
That's quarterbacks only,
nah,
right?
man. It's taking the integrity of the game, man. To
It
me,
is.
man.
And see, like
Nah,
when
man.
you're younger, your body can take a lot more than an older person.
Oh, come on
so
now.
You don't think so?
Definitely.
No.
You
I
crazy.
believe that
Doctors
100%.
will tell you that with babies. They'll tell you
I believe that 100%.
when you have a baby, they
We're
say,
talking
Look,
about- no,
if
no,
you
no, no,
fall
no,
off
no,
the
no.
ladder tomorrow, your ankle's gonna hurt for a month. Let
No,
a 15-year-old fall off that ladder 2 or 3 days. He gonna be like, I'm cool. Let's go.
No.
Yes.
You talk about ankles.
It's
think
anything.
Whoa,
It's
whoa.
physical.
I think the NFL is talking about concussions and head injuries, not what y'all talking
we talking about. I'm not even
We
talking
talking
about,
about
the NFL.
injuries
I'm talking
to
about
youngers. The same
The
injury to
generation.
a 15-year-old to a 30-year-old.
head injuries.
No,
talking about-
injuries.
you're talking about-
Period.
That's what the NFL is talking
A
about.
twisted ankle.
We're talking about us going up and
hamstring.
playing tackle football in the streets,
Uh-huh.
and the kids today don't do that.
Right.
But you can bounce back quicker, is what I was saying, by being a kid playing rough sports compared to being an older person doing the same shit getting fucked up.
If you got a high ankle sprain at 43 and Phil got a high ankle sprain at 15, who you think gonna recover fast?
Okay, but the NFL is
No, I'm
talking
saying
about,
the same
as a
injury.
15-year-old. But yeah, but the NFL is talking about concussions and head injuries, not what y'all talking
They're
about.
talking about injuries.
They talking about injuries, period.
Well, they're talking about injuries, period, on your part because in terms of how much they're paying the athletes.
They throwing flags for hard hits that's even legal. You ain't hit him
This-
in the head, and they
this-
still throw a flag because it was a
He
hard
led
hit.
with his shoulder and he knocked
Yup.
the ball out, and they calling a flag defenseless player. Come on, you making up stuff.
They do it
This
all the
is
time.
football. We supposed to be able to hit him.
If you hit
How do
somebody,
you play
If you hit
defense
somebody
nowadays?
too hard, they're gonna throw a flag, regardless if it's an illegal hit or not.
How do
they're
you
gonna
play
throw a
defense?
flag and
Play
say,
defense.
It's
by-
hard, dog.
It's
because
hard, but
no matter what you do, you're being accounted for. It's like in a situational football. It's like 4 things you can do, and 3 of them is bad. If you're a defensive player, that's like the odds are against you. 3 of them is bad. On the 4 things you can do, you can tackle him high, you can tackle him low, you can tackle him this, you can tackle. 3 of them is bad. only one way you can do this. You do it any other way, you're flagged. That's crazy. Because football, you're supposed to be able to pop somebody and rock out because it's a physical sport, just like boxing. Real rap. Hockey, they fight in hockey.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Basketball, you cannot.
They fight all the time in hockey.
See, you throw it all the time. We just said fight. We just said fight. We didn't say all the time. We said fight.
They'll let you throw the gloves on the ground and go head up one-on-one, and everybody stand there and watch, and they give you a penalty afterwards.
Exactly.
But they let you get it in. The basketball, they ain't letting you get nothing in. The minute you push
because
the opponent,
that's not the game.
Everybody jumps in.
That's not the game.
Football is the same way.
So me and you, Chick, we got the old head mindset.
Yeah.
And Roy got the new age soft mindset.
No.
Don't touch
I don't have the new age mindset.
Did you watch the Pro Bowl?
Oh hell no!
They might as well be playing flag football.
I say the same thing.
Nigga, what is you doing?
No. I say you might as well just get some controllers and just play Madden with each other.
You got to be playing flag football at this point, because if you touch me, that's it. Like, why are we even watching this? This is terrible.
And then you see how they move in slow motion, it's
terrible. Nobody wants to tackle nobody because nobody wants to get hurt. But nobody wants to do this because their contract is on the line and they're coming up on their extension and they this, that, and the third. So it's like all this goofy stuff all involved in one. And then it's like if you touch the person, it's a flag. Now, so why even play the game?
The thing is this a gentleman agreement or is that the rules now?
That's the NFL.
So it's like the rules now, Lord. Like they not supposed to.
Oh, I was telling you about them higher ups.
Yeah. See, no, I don't watch that.
This is what's going on.
I don't have the new mindset. I just have the mindset of how everything's going on now. Now, in terms of like hitting hard and all that stuff, no, you can't do that now.
That was the excitement of the game. If you let me tell you something. If you're a fan of defense. If you're a fan of football, a hit, a pop, a rip, just like in basketball, a crossover to make a nigga fall or whatever, anything of that nature will bring the crowd to the utmost.
Right.
So now you telling me I can't hit the ball without a flag being thrown?
You can hit him. Yeah, you know you can hit him.
No, I don't know that. I don't know that.
Yes, you can.
I don't know that.
So there's no hard hits in the NFL.
No, if you hit somebody hard, they're going to throw a flag.
He's either defenseless.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? Or illegal contact to the head, or whatever the case may be.
Every hit is an illegal defensive player or an illegal contact.
Not every hit.
No, we talking about the hard hits.
The shit that make you say ooh and stand up like, oh my God, you seen that?
It's a flag.
It's a flag. In football.
Every hit.
You like to throw words in there we didn't say.
Okay.
The chick say every did I say every?
Every hard hit.
Even one of us say every.
Hard hits are an illegal contact.
Most hard hits is a flag on a play.
No, 75% of hard hits.
I agree.
No, that's less than 75%, sir.
No, it ain't.
75%.
When last time you saw a hard hit that wasn't a flag?
Even if it wasn't a flag, it was a flag.
There's a flag.
Even if it wasn't a flag, it was a flag.
That's what I said. They'll say defensive.
You might look at that shit and say, yo, that was a good hit. But they going to be like, nah, he had his back turned.
They're going to look at the replay
you hit him above the waist.
They're going to look at the replay and say,
you hit him below the knee.
But it's still a flag on the play.
Exactly. Even if we think it's not.
Can't review those type of penalties though. So that's why
they throw the flag. They throw the flag. Any hard hit, the refs are throwing a flag and making up some bullshit illegally when it's not. Every hard hit shouldn't be a flag, but nowadays it is.
The last hard hit I seen that I said, God damn, and it wasn't no flag.
I bet you it was something like old. I guarantee
it was old.
What's that?
When Reggie Bush got smacked by Sheldon Brown. You remember that, John?
No. That was
remember that, John?
7 years ago.
Man,
you think that was the last hard hit you seen?
The last hard hit I seen that I enjoyed, that I said it ain't no flag on that, John. Yeah.
I knew it was something old. It
smacked him. Remember Reggie Bush?
Yeah.
Remember that game?
I think I got that joint on my phone.
Smacked him. Boom. That was the best hit that wasn't a flag since I seen football.
Every hard hit now that comes down the pipe seems like they throw a flag on. Like you said, 75%.
It's not good for football. I need that physicality back. I want to see somebody get fucked up, but not like hurt to the point where they can't play football no more. maybe 3 or 4 games, but not somewhere where it'd be like it's life threatening and all that kind of stuff. No, I don't want to. But I really like to see the. It's kind of like it's too soft to me now, man.
Well, we getting way off track, so
Yes,
let's get back on track.
I'm about to get on track, sir.
When we talk about physical activities, like another thing we used to do growing up, we used to lay the cardboard down on a concrete
And start breakdancing.
And
No, we wrestle.
We wrestle.
What you know
And
about
we used to
wrestling?
do body slamming and DDTs, all that shit. And that
All that
cardboard,
shit on
that
the
cardboard was not no safe anything. That shit was crazy.
We made wrestling belts.
Remember
Well-
the
You
belts?
ain't never made a wrestling belt with aluminum foil, nigga?
Sir, I'm older than
Oh,
you.
Well,
man.
hey,
So-
the thing is,
Do you remember
Sir,
do you remember the crate on the goddamn log, the pole?
To play basketball on?
Yes.
Sir.
So the thing
Sir,
is,
I'm from 56 in King Session.
Yeah.
But the thing
yeah.
is with us, y'all play cardboard on the ground and wrestle.
yes.
See, we used to go on people's porch, like an abandoned porch. And
But
like
you
the
had
abandoned-
cardboard down there.
No, the abandoned porch was like, okay, it was a square, so that was the ropes,
Yeah.
and the porch was the ring.
So you ain't had no mat.
slam,
no cardboard,
all that
nothing.
right there.
No, we it wasn't no
Soft
DDT
So
and
they-
slam.
Soft
No.
Because
if
because-
they played on concrete,
they-
they hard like us
no,
with
but
football.
he just said they didn't do that.
No, it
They
wasn't
played
like,
there, but they had
no
rules where no
DDT.
DDTs.
No,
slams,
ain't no rules.
All that shit.
Ain't no rules. You
See, they
get
have
fucked
rules.
up.
We
Like
used to get fucked
you
up.
could have died out this joint, man. Like this is-
looking back now, we
Yo.
did some crazy shit.
Yo, you
But
could have died, bro.
we used to slam you. We used to power drive you. We used to
DDT.
And this is
Put
like
you in the finger
this is-
forward.
this is like
when
concrete
Ric Flair
with
was
a-
the man. That was Phil, man. Ric Flair put you in the finger forward and bang you like this and lock it in until you like, oh my god, I can't take it no more. Yeah.
And it's crazy because we wasn't the only one. It was streets that was doing it. Like other people had belts that they made, and
everything
these belts was sold to the detailed T. Like so
everything in Southwest we did was strategically. Like we played blocks. Like our block played 54th Street in football. Then we played them in basketball. Then that's how that.
It was like
shit
leagues. It was like streets.
That's how it
versus
was.
streets and
So
shit.
if our block had this belt and your block had that belt and y'all wrestle for that belt, y'all can goddamn listen. That shit was like you can unify the title. Like
That shit was real, bro. You
rap,
laugh, but that
man.
shit was real.
Yo,
While we was getting it in, you was just watching. You know what I mean?
it was real.
we made belts, but it wasn't the,
no, we took it that serious,
It wasn't a
man.
federation like y'all had.
Ours
We
was
took it
Federation,
that
yes.
serious, man. You know what I mean?
You seen somebody with a dope belt, be like, yo, I'm gonna get that belt.
I want to
wrestle
fight
you.
you
I wanna
Saturday,
wrestle you.
1
And y'all be
o'clock.
fucking tearing it, and the winner get the belt. You know what I'm
Nigga,
saying?
you be in the, you right on the porch how you described it, but we
lay the
got a cardboard
down.
laid
And once
out,
you lay the cardboard down, anything goes.
and you can just do whatever you want to do.
No.
And when a nigga submit, get DDT'd head all split or whatever goes on with him, and he get the 1, 2, 3 count, nigga. That's it. Now his belt became your belt.
yeah.
Real
And,
rap.
and when you lost your belt, you was ass out. You got 1 or 2 options.
solid.
You can fight somebody else for a belt, or fight him for the belt, or you can get into the fucking lab and create another belt.
Yeah. You was solid.
You get your cardboard out, cut up a new belt, then you got another belt.
And don't think the niggas in the neighborhood wasn't talking about, yo, that the nigga lost to WWF. Oh, he's salty. Yeah, they know. Nigga, we all, listen, if this person fought that person, we all knew about that fight. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like, nigga, you knew he lost his belt to such and such. That shit was real. You think I'm playing, man? I'm dead up.
He laughing because he can't comprehend like how
That
serious
shit
that
was
shit
No,
real.
y'all was way more serious than us, and we was like what 3 blocks away. No, I never made a belt. It was like, I wasn't really an artist like that. It was
belts I
other people.
created.
It was other people that like made belts, and we was like, oh yeah, we'll like let us hold it or something
Fight
like
for
that.
it.
No, we ain't never fight for it.
Oh, man.
So we would
Y'all was more like the NFL today.
no, we was more like
We
real.
was more like
the
back
soft
in
league.
day
No.
NFL.
We was more like
Lawrence Taylor NFL.
We was like more like the real WWF.
no,
we would. So we would, like I said, we would be on the porch, and we would play,
But you got rules. The real WWF.
Yeah, because it was
rules.
concrete.
So
I mean,
that's
like,
why you
no.
put the cardboard down. DDT
No,
that
I ain't
nigga.
know anything about no. The only concrete I knew was about. The only cardboard I knew was about breakdance, and I ain't know anything about.
That was on Reinhardt Street. We talking about Almond Street, but Reinhardt Street. That's what they did. They broke that. They break dance out there. Yeah.
So one street they broke dance and
That's
on the
what they
cardboard.
did.
Yeah.
Remember Reinhardt Street with Carla, Jamal from
We'll get into that when we get
what
into
the hell
your
is
DJ.
his name is.
Illegal. We'll get into that.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get into that when we talk about you as DJing.
Yeah.
But no. So it was no concrete. It was just, the porch was square.
That's how we played rough
And
and tumble in the
that
middle
was
of the street.
that was like our ropes, and we would only play until a neighbor said, "Yo, y'all making too much noise." So after that was like the end of the wrestling.
That's particularly the rules.
And in terms of like making, but we used to make belts and everything, but it wasn't no like fighting nobody for a belt. It was like, that's decent. All right, let me hold that.
So y'all phony champions then, because if everybody got a belt,
oh
nobody
my
God.
fighting for it. You know what
Like
I'm
you
saying?
ain't
They like-
fighting for it. You just
No.
like let me hold it, and then you
that's
walking
cool,
around the
yeah.
streets of
Oh, let me see that. Like, oh, that's
56th
decent.
Street talking about I'm the champ.
No, we ain't. It wasn't no blocks
just
like
had
that.
no
The
champions.
only
You
block,
just held his belt.
Vigers was my street. It wasn't really no kids like my age. And you have Regent Street, Vigers, King Sesson,
Yeah.
Vigers.
They was
like
always
this.
we
Like-
used to
like
we used to
Edge-
walk down
like
there when
Edge-
we used to go
What was
swimming.
the
Remember we used to go to
Edgemont,
swimming to that
Edgewood?
joint?
Yeah.
That was down there.
Regent was like this. No kids my age was on Vigers Street. Regent Street had all the kids that was kind of sort of my age. They were, majority of them was like older. It was only like one kid that was like my age. And you have 55th Street where what church is that? It used to be a church and school there, whatever. I forget.
Catherine.
No, it wasn't Catherine. That's way farther.
He's
down.
all we don't know that.
Yeah, I forget. So that street. So it was kids over there, kids on Regent, Allison. Oh, I forgot. Vigers, Allison. Wasn't really no kids like that on Allison. My age, I'm talking about. They was into that stuff. Regent Street, we only did like the wrestling. That was like only like 2 or 3 kids that was like my age. So it wasn't like we was like wrestling each other.
Right.
Like we was all like cool. Like, oh, like, that's a decent belt. You made that all right. Let me hold that.
Y'all
All right, let me hold
didn't
that.
have numbers, so
It
that's why
wasn't-
probably y'all couldn't
No,
really
because
do nothing.
remember I told you about how I used to always go over my cousin's house during the summertime and all this stuff. Those were only ones that was kids that was my age. That's why I always like going over there, because like the whole block was full of like kids my age, and they ain't do that wrestling shit.
See,
The
if
only
you-
thing they did
if
on
you
concrete
came,
was
if you came to
breakdance.
visit Phil back in the day, they would have suplexed you right on the car.
Well,
and they
shit,
would
that
let
was
you
like
know it's a
junior.
suplex,
That was
and
junior
this is
high
for
school,
this-
and that was like way past there.
That
This is
shit-
like elementary school you talking about now,
Yeah,
right?
we talking about back in the fucking day.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah,
was
we
like
was
way
real
older,
into
way
it, like,
past that.
if
Past,
you- No, we was real into it at youngins. Like,
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
yeah, before high school and all that shit.
Yeah, no. By the time I got to junior high, we wasn't doing none of that shit.
We
anymore.
was in junior high when we was still wrestling. Cause do you remember when I came over your crib to wrestle the white bull?
Who's the white?
This was a white guy. He told us that he was doing steroids. He was strong as shit, and he wanted to wrestle me.
Was he big?
He was strong. He was about our size, like as far as height, but you can tell he was kind of strong.
Mm-hmm.
And we went over your crib. This was over there in their past school, like I don't know if it's your mom's house or somebody's house over there that you lived at.
On Pascal?
Like if going towards Bartram, the freshman center and all that. It was a house like
Corman Suites.
Corman Suites. There you go.
Yeah.
Who was that? Your mom's house?
Yeah.
It was a house over there that we went to, like after school, and I wrestled him, and we was tearing it up. You don't remember that?
No.
And the way I lost because I was just tired. Like I couldn't do nothing. I was putting this dude in like all type of leg locks and moves, and he just wouldn't tap. And then I was getting tired. He was kind of fucking me up. So then he just picked me, and I think it was you. You just counted 3, and I just laid there because I was just tired as fuck.
Now, was he on steroids?
He said he was. I don't know. He was strong
in
as
junior
fuck.
high school.
This was junior high.
Mm-hmm.
This was junior high. He was strong, and you back in those days, like Chick was saying, when I put somebody in a figure 4, they always tap. I put him in a figure 4, he didn't tap. I put him in like something else too, like the Ford Nelson or something. He broke out.
Nelson.
Like he was just extra strong.
So it kind of sounded like maybe he was on steroids.
He said he was, but I don't know because that's still kind of young. You know what I mean? What were we, like 15 or something, 14 or something?
No, it was maybe like 14, 13, junior high school.
I want to say we was at Pepper at the time.
Then it must have been like 13,
Damn.
14. Then.
Pepper started off what, 7th grade, 7 and 8th, right?
6th grade.
When I went to Pepper, it was
6 to 8.
6,
5th
7,
and
8.
9th.
Yeah, 6 to the
So
9th. No, I went to 8th grade with us.
I think you're right. I think it was the 6th to the 8th.
Yeah.
Because I went to Catherine. All right, so growing up, Chick was real popular, so it was real easy for him to just have a massive party, a massive hangout, shit like that. So we used to have like in our backyard we had basketball courts. It was like the Rutgers Park. It was so many people out there. I'm talking about 3-on-3 niggas on the sideline with they 3 waiting for the next game. It was a lot of girls out there, and Chick was on house arrest, but he made a couple calls, and next thing you know, and this is before cell phones. So he calling house phones, and people know like they at school, like, yo, we going over there. Yeah, I mean, we cutting school, we going there, and that's where it was at. You know what I mean?
That was where it was at. I'm telling you. Even I was on house arrest when we had the party. We had a party out Southwest. That joint was crazy.
Now this is on across the street from Linwood Skate
70th and Graves, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my mom was out of town. I was on house arrest, but we threw a party. I told my mom before she left, I said, yo, we gonna throw a party. She said, don't you do that shit. I said, listen, we gonna do it, but you ain't gonna know about it. We tried to do it without her knowing about it, but somebody that was at the door introduced one of her girlfriends in the party. Like, come to the party.
Really?
Yes. This is what mommy tell me. Like a couple years later. Like I don't even know this information, but she said that's how she knew we had a party because her girlfriend called her was like, yo, one of them dudes at the door was telling me to come on in. They ain't know how old I was. Like, they was young boys, but they ain't know how old I was. Like, yeah, it was people at the door like, trying to get her in.
To let everybody know, how old was this woman at the time?
Oh my God.
Had to be like in her like early to mid 30s.
Who? My mom?
No,
or the lady?
The girl, the lady.
Well, she probably the same age as my mom, so I'm thinking like this party had to be in like when I was like 18, so I'm thinking
late 30s, mid 30s.
70. If my mom had me when she was 21, so if I was 18, she was like late 30s.
Yeah.
Like 38,
right,
39,
right,
somewhere around there.
So
yeah.
it ain't that bad.
Yeah.
It ain't that bad that she showed up.
Yeah.
But
her girlfriend.
The girlfriend I'm talking. I ain't talking about your mom.
Yeah, because
your mom went away. I'm talking about your girlfriend.
She was like 38, 39, but she probably looked 25.
Right.
Because old heads can get away with some shit like that nowadays.
Right.
Like, yeah, so she probably looked at 25, and somebody that's 19, 21 gonna be like, God damn, come on in this party. Right. Yeah, that's how that shit went down. But it was crazy, man.
So I had went to Job Corps, and when I came back from Job Corps, I took up cement mason. So I was like, well, I'm gonna put this court in the backyard. This shit gonna be right. We gonna have a full court back here. So that's what I did. We dug up the dirt. I got the cement, mixed it up, and then we cemented the basketball court. One court was a real basketball court. The other one was the crate with the board. You know what I mean? And that was our full court. But we had massive 3-on-3s, full court games like all the time in the backyard. Man. And there was so many people that used to come out there and watch those games. You know, it was crazy.
Every time you talk to Carlos, he always talking about how he schooled us and we didn't have nothing for him and all this, and he dropped this amount and he always won.
He talk about that one game that we played him and Toddy
right across the street from on Island Avenue.
Yeah, on Island Avenue.
That's what I told him.
That's
I said
one game he talked about.
But that day we played about 3 or 4 times though. But he talking about that one day, and he talking about how he used to destroy us in the backyard and all that. I'm like, nigga, you came in the backyard, you got destroyed. You ain't destroyed nobody in the backyard. I'm telling you that right now, dog. Like, I used to be in my bag out that joint, yo.
And this is our home court, so we sit there and shoot around when ain't nobody else is there. Yeah. Like, we know the court up and down. Like, ain't nobody coming out there busting our ass like that.
See, Phil had that Steph Curry Jimmy. That nigga, yo, kick it to Phil over there for the 3. He gonna splash that joint on you. Well, I'm telling you, you know what I mean?
I worked on shooting because I couldn't dribble. And it was like Chick had the total package. He could shoot, he could dribble. I couldn't dribble like that. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to be able to shoot these threes. If somebody leave me open, I'm just going to be able to have to knock it down. You know what I mean?
Phil was the man shooting, man.
And what about How?
He was Steph Curry. How was more of a
Banger.
power forward, that
Banger.
physical.
I was just, yeah.
He gonna fuck you up. You
I
gonna
was just
fuck
telling-
him up. It's gonna be physical down there.
I was
you know
telling
what I mean?
Shay, this was last week when I was talking to Shay when we were talking about sports, and I was telling her about how he sweats so fast.
Mm-hmm.
So he sweats and he's banging. So you be like, damn, you trying to play off him and use your hands to not let him hit you because you don't want all that sweat. Like his t-shirt is
And
drenched.
How was strong as shit though. He was
and then
short,
had
but he was
strong-
stronger than
he
the
used to have
motherfucker.
steam coming out of his head.
Yeah.
You can see the steam coming out of his head. I was like, yo, this dude is like over hot, over sweaty. You gonna let him not bang on you, but like bang as far as like body to body. That's how he used to do.
But
it.
How
He
had a
couldn't
little
do
shot
nothing.
too. It wasn't no deep range joint, but he had like a nice mid range. But he was more so physical. Like we going body to body. I'm gonna dunk on you down this joint. Like if he could dunk, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how it was. He was real physical.
And we played all the sports. I used to tell people how I used to smoke the shit out of people. And if Chick was my quarterback,
Phil was fast,
he would
man.
just wing the shit out of that joint so hard.
Phil was
And I
one of the
just-
fastest niggas in Southwest, dog.
And I used to
I ain't
just try
gonna
to run
lie.
under that joint and catch it, and that shit was money and shit.
You know who else was fast, low key? Pooh was fast as shit,
Yeah.
low key. Yo, Phil was fast as shit though. But Pooh was fast too. And I remember when Pooh was a little dude, he was fast, man.
I remember him being slow.
Yo, it was crazy, man. But Phil was like a Speedy Gonzalez nigga. Like if he was your wide receiver, he'd be like a Tyreek Hill nigga. He gonna burn the shit out of somebody and just throw it up. I got that, John. You know what I'm saying?
That was
That's
our
how
secret
he
weapon
was,
right there.
man.
Chick was the quarterback. He had that arm strip.
Listen.
He could throw that shit the fucking distance of the field. And all I got to do is make sure I get the fuck under it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a lot of times, like, even with Terrell and them, because they used to always, him and his brother used to always talk shit. What they used to try to
Him
do
and
is,
Mikey.
they used to try to hit me, to try to hurt me, because I was a fucking toothpick. I was like 100.
Yeah, Phil was always skinny. He had no weight on
So
him.
they would just try to bang,
that's why he
bang
was
me
fast.
bang me so much that I'm not running fast no more because now I'm all bruised the fuck up and hurting. That's what they pretty much their weapon was to stop me and shit.
Yo, I remember when I went to Bartram and seen this dude playing football.
Roy,
That was one of the only games I went to Bartram and watched.
me and Roy,
You hear me?
we went out together to play.
That's the only
You know
reason
what
why
I
I went out.
Yup.
Because you and How had went out. That's the only reason why I went out.
My grades was always fucked up for me to go out, man.
mean?
You know what I mean?
It was good times. It was good times playing sports and just against everybody, just all kids, just like
I was
talking
playing
shit,
basketball
playing
at
shit.
Pepper, but I never really made the team because of my grades. But like the coach loved me, and I'd be at every practice, and I'd be in the mix and all that. But as far as making the team, my grades stopped me from all that. And it wasn't that I was a dumb nigga. You know what I'm saying? It was that like I always was into shit. Like I come to school on a Monday and get suspended on Tuesday and don't come back till Friday.
Why you get suspended?
Either fighting, something stupid. Like I mean, I was a young boy. I used to do a lot of dumb shit. Like mainly physical activity. That's what always got me suspended. Like you know what I'm saying. So or talking back. Like they tell you shut the fuck up, and I'll be like fuck you. You know what I mean? So that and physical activities always got me suspended. So that's what altered my grades. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it wasn't that I didn't know the work. One teacher told me in the 4th grade, she said, "You one of the smartest students I got. You don't even come to school Monday through Thursday, but on Friday we get a test and you pass the shit. Like I don't understand that. Like it wasn't that I was stupid. Like I didn't know the shit. It was just that I wasn't there enough to qualify for one of the smartest in the class. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how that shit was with me when I was a youngin'. You know what I mean?
So was school boring to you?
It was real boring to me, but that's probably one of the biggest mistakes I ever made in life.
I
You
disagree
understand me?
because sometimes school ain't for everybody. You
It's
might have really
not.
been bored. You might have been bored.
I was bored because every time I took a test, I can pass the test without even going to class. Just imagine if I went to class.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, them 1 or 2 I got wrong, I wouldn't have got them wrong. But I should have stayed there and tried to focus on, like, education and furthering myself. Like, maybe I could have been in academics or sports or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I just thought, like, man, fuck school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And one of them, I don't know if I ever said this to anybody. I know I told my fiance Chrissy, I told her this before, but I ain't never expressed this to nobody. Like, one of the main things that happened to me in school was I was graduating from Pepper. And although I graduated, my grades wasn't up to par. Pepper just wanted to get me the hell out of their school. Basically.
Not because of the suspensions and all that shit.
Because of me.
Okay.
Because of I'm a menace.
They just want to be done
Just
with
get the hell out of here. Just go to Bartram somewhere. Go away from us.
Right.
So they wanted me out of their school. Even though I graduated, my grades wasn't the best.
Mm-hmm.
But at my graduation, nobody was there. Not a single person.
What you mean, like family?
Family. Anybody.
Mm-hmm.
When you turn around and you say, like,
Right.
Miss Johnson's sister is here,
Mm-hmm.
or Dave's brother is here, or this person. Blah, blah, blah. When I graduated from Pepper, Phil and Kia was on their way to Pepper. Phil and Kia.
You mean
was on-
Bartram, not Pepper. Bartram.
No, to Pepper.
No,
to see
I
me
was at
graduate.
Pepper first.
No, you was in Bartram, but you came to see me graduate. You and Kia.
Oh, you
came
talking
to
about?
see me.
Oh, I'm
Right,
sorry.
you talking about-
I'm sorry. I'm
yeah.
talking you talking about like going,
okay.
like
Yeah.
graduating from. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I get you.
During Pepper graduation, from me leaving the 8th grade, going to the 9th grade,
Right.
nobody came to my graduation. So when I see such and such after the graduation, everybody like, what you doing? I'm like, I don't know. They like, oh, me and my mom going to Red Lobster, or me and my dad going to Dave & Buster's, or whatever they was going. Wasn't nobody there for me. I turn around, I don't got nobody there. But when on my way home, Phil and Kia was on their way to my graduation. It must have been some kind of communication with the timing and all that. But they was on my way to my graduation when I was on my way home from the graduation. Graduation was over. Nobody showed up for me. So at that point, I was like, fuck school, man. I don't even care. That's how I felt. Like, my mom not here, my dad not here, nobody here. Everybody else got their family and this, that, and the third. I'm here by myself. I walked home from Pepper to Southwest, 70th and Graves. By the time I got to Island Avenue, where the 7-Eleven used to be at, and now it's a little store or whatever they sell rice and all that shit. One of them type stores. By the time I got there, that's when I met Phil and Kia. They was on their way to my graduation, but it was already over. So after that, I just said, like, damn, I'm here, I'm in school, I'm trying. Like, where the fuck is my parents at? Because John Doe, his parents is here. They ready to take him to Red Lobster and all this. I don't got nobody here. Man, fuck school. That's why I dropped out. I ain't go to high school. I never went to high school. But what Phil was speaking on, he went to Job Corps. You know what I'm saying? And Job Corps was great. Give him this and that and the third. I looked at Phil like, damn. If Phil can do it, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the route I'm going to take. So I started rocking with what Phil was doing. He went to Job Corps in 6 months. He was getting paid $700-800 a week laying brick. I want that. and I'm only 16, 17. My brother doing that shit. That's what the fuck I want to do. I want to make $700-800 a week. That shit ain't work out.
Oh, why? So you went to Job Corps where?
Yeah, I went to Keystone Job Corps.
Where's that?
It's in the Poconos.
Okay. So why it didn't work out?
They kicked me out.
Why?
Because I was young. I was Listen, I was in Job Corps selling weed. I was punching on niggas.
Well, here's the thing.
I was the coach of the basketball team.
Well, hold on. Where you get the weed from?
I buy it. You know, you allowed to come home on the weekend.
Oh, okay. I thought you had to stay there. I'm sorry.
No, on the weekend, if you're doing good, they allow you to come home.
Mm-hmm.
You come home for Saturday and Sunday. You go back Sunday night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I used to bring the weed Sunday night when I come in.
Uh-huh.
I was the man on that joint. Nigga, I was getting money.
I'm pretty sure you was.
Yo, I was getting money. Listen, a rolled up blunt was $10.
Yeah.
I can buy a nickel bag of weed, which is $5,
Mm-hmm.
and bag up 3 $10 blunts.
So that's $30 on a $5
On a $5 bag of weed. Nigga, if I had fucking $300, how many $5 bags of weed I can get with that?
Right.
And how many $10 blunts I can get with that?
Exactly.
That's what I was doing in Job Corps. I wasn't looking at the whole picture.
What year is this? This would be like, what, 90, 94, 95, maybe?
I was like 16, so
96?
78 was 98 was 20 years. So
93,
92, 93.
Oh, okay, right.
92, 93, somewhere around that year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I'm making money. I was selling $10 bags rolled up weed. Everybody was buying it. I'm talking about people from New York, Virginia, D.C., Maryland. This was all Job Corps people.
Mm-hmm.
And they was buying that shit. And I was selling it. And I was bringing it in like I was smuggling before smuggling. You know what I'm saying? Real rat. Like, that shit was a long time ago, but I was bringing that shit in. Like, I used to unscrew my radio. Put all the weed inside the radio and then screw the radio back together.
Mm-hmm.
This was before all of that technology shit where they can
Right.
see the weed and all that shit. All they saw was a fucking radio. Let them through. When I get through, when I got in the dorm, I unscrewed the radio, I pulled the weed out, I distribute that shit to this person, that person, that person, that person. I'm rolling. I'm talking about in Job Corps, every 2 weeks you get like $70-80 or something like that. So them checks was my checks. Every 2 weeks I'm waiting. Like, Derek owed me 50. John owed me 60.
And it's funny you say that because I was in the middle of nowhere in Virginia, like Virginia Job Corps in the woods.
Close.
And it was the same setup though. It was when I came there, I linked up with the Philly squad because you know everybody with their little squad.
DC, Philly.
So the bull, what's his name? It'll come to me in a minute. DeVere.
Mm-hmm.
His name was DeVere. He looked just like Jay-Z when Jay-Z was young, but he was real cool too. But he's from Philly, but he sold weed, he sold food, he sold all the shit. And the same price that you saying, that was his price. He was making a killing. Like a fucking box of honey buns, you can get them for 99 cents the box. He was selling that for $3. So when I came there, he was like, Phil, what I'm gonna let you do is I'm gonna let you just sell the food. I'm gonna work on other shit. And I was like, all right. So he gave me like all his clients that wanted to just buy food, and that's all I had. I will have like the oodles and noodles. I'll sell 1 pack of oodles. You can get like fucking 12 of them joints for like $2 or $3. Mm-hmm. I will sell 1 pack for $1.
Yeah.
I'll sell a can of Pringles for $3. A box of honey buns $3.
Easy.
And
Now, is this your food or he gave you?
No, it's my food.
Oh, okay.
What I would do is like, depending on how much privileges you get, if you can go to the store or not, they'll once a week they'll have a van and they say who on the list.
You gotta be good out
Right.
in Job Corps.
So everybody's not on the list. You gotta be making straight A's and like your
Clean
trade,
your dorm.
straight A's and like your schooling, everything had to be square for you to go. So a lot of people didn't get to go. But since I went, I'll have a list of like all the snacks I want to buy, and then I will buy them, load them up in my locker, and then when somebody wants some, because we was eating dinner early, so people always was hungry.
6 o'clock dinner
Right,
time.
6 o'clock. So everybody was always hungry, and he showed me the way. Like, put it on your books. If somebody don't got the money, just write it down on payday they see you. You know what I mean? And he's like, you ever get a problem with anybody, let me know. He was older than me, so nobody really wanted to fuck with him like that. So if they owed me bread, they would just give it to me. And like I said, I was a puny dude. I was like 130 pounds. I wasn't scaring nobody, but they knew that I had the backing of the Veer and all them niggas from Philly. So they didn't really fuck with me. They owed me bread. They just gave it to me. And like you said, I made a killing, and that was just snacks. No drugs, no nothing. But the Veer, I don't know how he got it, but he was selling shots. He was selling shots for like $10. He was selling weed. He was cigarettes.
Lie,
he had
man.
all that shit.
I ain't gonna lie. Listen, this one time in Job Corps, right? Like we had head count at like 8 o'clock, right? So this one time in Job Corps, right? Head count was at 8 o'clock, but it happened to be the night of the Super Bowl. That's why I'm telling you this story, because Super Bowl coming up. So this night of the Super Bowl, they said no head count at 8 o'clock because the Super Bowl come on, blase blase. So we in Job Corps, and they like, y'all don't have to do head count at 8 o'clock. We're going to do it at 12 midnight. And I'm like, bet. So when I got the word that we ain't had to do head count at 8 o'clock, I tell all my homies, like, we should sneak off campus and go to the bar to get some liquor and shit, like drinks and 40s and shit.
Now, how far was the bar from where you was?
It probably was like 2 miles away, but
okay.
You know you had to walk. There wasn't no cars and nothing like that and shit. But you had to go through like all these butchers, sneak off campus and all that shit. Mm-hmm. So they was with it. They like, all right, bet, fuck it. So me and a couple of the homies. Now, mind you, we're only 15, 16, 17.
Right.
Nigga, how we gonna go in the bar and get some fucking liquor? But niggas who had the beers and all that shit, like, yo, you go in that John, telling you want a 6-pack of Corona, or whatever the fuck was the drink that then. Mm-hmm. And, man, we snuck off campus, dog. I'm talking about, we walked through the cornfield where it was nothing but mud and water. I'm talking about we quicksanding in the water and shit, trying to get to the fucking main street.
Fucking runaway slaves and shit.
Yo, once we got there, my man Ed went to the bar, got the drinks. We came back to the campus. We got fucking Budweisers and Coronas or whatever we was drinking at the time. Super Bowl. All the girls was like, where y'all get that shit from? You know, ain't nobody got no liquor down that joint because we on campus. You ain't supposed to have no... Man, we had liquor and all that shit, man. We had a fucking ball that night. I'm telling you.
That was a blast, man. That was good stuff.
I think it was Denver versus Green Bay. I think it was the year Desmond Howard...
MVP?
Yeah, when he was going crazy and shit. Desmond Howard, remember that shit?
Yeah.
Man, I think it was that year, man. That shit was crazy. I was like, oh my God, love this shit, man. Yo. After that, it was like, anything that got to do with the law, I'm against it. Fuck them niggas. I'm gonna fight against them. Like, I done done some shit where, nigga, like, I'm just happy to be here right now. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
So I got a question. What gave you the start of the mindset of, like, hitting the streets and doing shit?
I told... back then, I told you, mommy, she used to work 12, 18 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? So she wasn't never there. Like, me and Kia was in the crib by ourselves. You and Howard went to Grants. You know, Rita had her dude or whatever, or whoever she was messing with at the time. So it was like, me and Kia stuck in the crib. Like, ain't really nothing for us. So, like, one time I asked mommy, I think I was like 14, 15. I was like, yo, I wanted some Adidas or some Nikes or some shit. But she was like, I ain't got the money for it. Call your dad. I'm like, I'm not calling that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, I'm having sex now. I'm smoking weed. I'm into the streets. You know what I'm saying? But, like, at the same time, it's like, I really don't know shit, though. You know what I'm saying? So, once I learned the game and all that shit, it's like, my dad called me. I'm like, what the fuck you want from me? Nigga, like, you can't tell me nothing now. I know what's going on. I even had a baby on the way. Remember young boy, they Ryan? You know what I'm saying? I even had a baby on the way. I'm like, you can't tell me shit, nigga. Now, like, I got kids of my own now. You know what I mean? That's how it was, man. You know what I'm saying? It was like, what you want from me now? I'm 16 now. I done sold drugs. I done got ass. I done did all types of shit. I'm in the streets. what the fuck can you tell me? One day, mommy called my pop and was like, yo, your son ain't going to school. He drawing. Get with him. Then they called me like, yo, you need to go to school. I think I'm 16. I heard from you since I was 3. Like, you don't get the fuck out of here, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what can you tell me now? I got a baby on the way that eventually became not my baby, but I got a baby on the way, and you just telling me all this goofy shit like...
Now, pause. Do you want to get into that?
We can. I don't care. Like...
Alright, so you thought you had a kid on the way.
Yeah, it was some chick I was fucking with. She was cool. Me and her had a real good relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was fucking with each other. We broke up. But during the midst of our breakup, she continued to call me. So we continued to fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, even though we wasn't together, we still fucking with each other on you know what I'm saying? So, if you consistently fucking with a John and you're not wearing no protection or nothing like that, you're just going in, all in every time y'all see each other. When she tell you I'm pregnant, your first thought is, damn, I could be the father. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I took it like that. Because I'm thinking like, she ain't fucking with nobody else. Mm-hmm. I know for a fact I'm hitting it raw. You know what I'm saying? So me and her was fucking with each other. When she got pregnant, got deep into her shit, she was trying to have a relationship. And I was like, no, I'm not with no relationship. Because I was young and I was like, I'm trying to fuck everything moving. At that time, you know what I'm saying? That's how I was. So, boom. I started messing with my fiance that I'm with now. You know what I'm saying? She started coming to her, like, telling her, like, I think he's cheating on you. He wants to fuck with me. Da, 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 da. She started giving her false information. And I'm like, bitch, why are you telling her that when it ain't that? You know what I'm saying? So her got into it or whatever. Da, 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 da. Boom. Then she said, you know what? Before you do anything else in your life, I'm going to take you to court. I'm taking all your fucking money you got. Because at this time, I was in Job Corps, studying for a trade. I was young. I was doing my thing. I was trying to figure shit out. You know what I'm saying? But she wanted to take me to court. And I'm like, yo, if you do that, I want to have a blood test because...
How old was the kid at that time?
The kid wasn't even born. Mm-hmm. She was pregnant. But I'm like, yo, I want to have a blood test because from my understanding and what's going on in the streets, I'm not the only one you fucking with. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, boom. We agreed on the blood test or whatever. We took the blood test. Young boy wasn't mine. But at the time, the young boy was like 3. So I've been taking care of the young boy since birth till 3. You understand what I'm saying?
Now, did you think she already knew that you wasn't the father?
I mean, I knew she knew it was a possibility.
Right.
But I don't know who she knew was the father. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She didn't. I don't think she knew who the fuck father was. You know what I'm saying? Because she was on Maury and all that shit.
What?
Yeah, nigga.
Don't tell me she was on Maury, like, who the father is.
Yes, she was on Maury and all that. Like, so she went through a lot of shit, man. Like, just to find out who the father was, you know what I'm saying? And the crazy part, to find out who the father was, is a homeboy I didn't really know him on the streets like that. I'm going to keep it real with you. I ain't really know him on the streets like that. But when I got booked, I met him through jail. This the nigga who actually is the father to her child. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when I met him through jail, it was like, I'm still the father from my point of view. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We didn't find out the information till afterwards. But I met this man through jail, and we became real cool. Like, he alright. And we ain't find out till afterwards that he's the father of the child. Like, I didn't even know she was fucking with the nigga. Like, I never know y'all two was even do each other. You know what I'm saying?
Well, damn, this kid now got to be what, late 20s, early 30s now?
I think he like 25, 26.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got babies of his own. He doing real good, and I salute him. Like, and the father that, like I said, I met through jail and all that, I salute him too, man. They good dudes, man. They ain't. I can't say nothing bad about them guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, they good dudes. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's up. Like, he the father, and that's what it is. And they got to know each other because I'm friends with all of them on Facebook and shit. They got to know each other, found out, like, I'm your poppy and all that. That's good money. Like, I respect all that, man. That's good. That's good shit.
I do got a question. He had our last name, right?
Yes, young boy definitely had our last name. When she was pregnant, she asked me, she said, you want him to have your first name or your last name? And I said last name. So she named him what his first name is, and then she gave him our last name. Yes, that's correct. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, after conversation and everything went down, like, that's not our son. So I don't know if she changed it. I don't know if she went as far as all of that. I don't know what she did. But we acknowledge it. Like, she know what's going on and I know what's going on. Yeah, so that's all that matters. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I fuck with the young boy. Like, he thorough. Like, he like, from the pictures and everything, I look like he could pass for my youngest son and him look like they could be brothers, dog. Like,
I remember seeing him when he was little. Because one time me and you took him up like 69th Street. And
we bought all these clothes and shit for him for Christmas and all that shit.
Yep.
Nigga, I never forget that.
I remember him looking kind of like you and shit.
I never forget that. And then my youngest son Dre, everybody say he look like me. So it's like him and Dre, they look alike. They got the beard, they got the complexion, they got the hair, they got the everything. Them niggas look alike like a motherfucker, but 99.6% said he's not my son. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't. What, I'm supposed to go against that? You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. So, that's why we at where we at. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to reach out to the youngin', see if he remember me and all that type of shit.
But you said you was friends on Facebook, right?
I'm friends with his mother on Facebook.
Okay. All right.
Like, but me and her don't really talk like that or nothing like that. But I know the young boy probably remember somewhat of me, but like I just wish him the best. Everybody, his mom, everybody, this whole family. That's it, man. I just wish him the best, man. You know what I mean? Life goes on, man. Like, I if he was my son, he would be around right now. He might be sitting in this fucking chair right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is. So, that's what it is.
All right. So, how did you get kicked out of Job Corps?
I was a menace, man. I told you that. I used to sell weed, get into fights, all that shit. Listen. Shout out to the basketball team when I was in Job Corps that went to the finals and won that joint. I was the coach, but they won the finals without me. I already got kicked out, and then they had like 5 or 6 games after that they won the finals after that. But I was already kicked out. But shout out to them. Like, Job Corps was, like I said, I was young and I was dumb. Like, I was hustling. I was fighting. I was drawing. I was doing a lot of dumb shit that a 16, 17-year-old would do. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why I went to Job Corps, like I said, Phil inspired me. Like, he went to Job Corps. He did Brick Mason. He got a job. He was in Virginia with it. They had to buy a car, and they got a job, and they was out there getting money. Like, that's why I went to Job Corps. I'm like, damn, I'm trying to do that shit. So when I went to Job Corps, that was my intentions, but in the same breath, I was young and I had all the wrong intentions. So when I got kicked out, it was like, I got into a fight with this Pittsburgh nigga, some nigga from Pittsburgh.
Now, real quick, you said like the Philly people like will hang together.
Yeah.
Is it Pennsylvania or broke it down like this?
It was mainly Philly against DC.
Okay, so where do the Pittsburgh come in?
Pittsburgh was in there, but it was in my John. It was mainly Philly, DC. You know what I mean?
Or if it was
My John, it was Philly, and we had like New York didn't have a lot of people, so kind of New York hung with us.
Yeah.
But then it was the niggas from down south. It wasn't like a whole bunch of different sections. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was really like, it was probably like I want to say like the down south, and then it was the north, and the north was like Philly and New York. I guess you could probably throw Pittsburgh in the mix too. I don't know. I can't remember if anybody from Pittsburgh there. I just know it was a little bit of people from New York, but mostly Philly, and then like the surrounding areas. If you from like Delaware or you from Jersey, you
That's
probably
Philly.
or anything like that. They just was part of Philly.
We had Philly, Baltimore, New York. Like a lot of our beef in that John came from DC when I was in
now. What
John.
was the DC guys doing?
Washington DC? They had they wore socks to their fucking knees.
Now, did
Like,
they wear
that's the
New
weird
Balance?
shit. New Balance was they shit.
I got it.
Yeah, I mean, they beat on fucking drums, talking about rough it off, and all that crazy shit. Like their music. Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. Their music was hot to me. Like I was jigging to that shit. Like, damn, this shit all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna front on their music, but like as far as the knee high socks and the fucking New Balance and all that. Like New Balance is cool, but the way they was and what's up, Joe? You a Bama and all this shit. They call niggas Bamas and all that shit. Like all that shit was new to me. And listen, I'm 16. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was drawn. I was like on a whole nother level when I was down that John. That's why I was the one that was the horse to bring the fucking weed and everything else in through the fucking radio and all that type shit. Like, but I was different from them niggas, man. Like, them DC niggas, they weird, but at the same time, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, they alright, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna front on them. Like, they alright, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna get into all that shit, but you know what I'm talking about. Not just the niggas, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, yeah, they cool, you know what I mean?
Right. So you got kicked out. So what happens next?
I beat up this listen.
Oh, I forgot about the Pittsburgh.
I was the man in Job Corps as far as I don't know what it was, but it was these locks, these special locks they gave to our lockers, right? I don't know what it was about them locks, but I figured it out. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like I can break in anybody in the Job Corps locker. Like I figured out how to. Is it 2 this way, 3 this way, 1 this way type John? But I figured out how to get it to snap, to pop it open. They were sweet. The locks was sweet. Like I don't know what it was about them Johns, but like I figured out a way to break into people's lockers. And in Job Corps, niggas wanted to break into niggas' lockers. Niggas had money, niggas had cigarettes, niggas had food. Whatever they had in their lockers, I can break in that John and get it to you if you wanted it. You know what I'm saying? So like, on top of selling bud and shit, I was doing that. And then the niggas was coming to me like, yo, I need you to break in such and such locker. He called my mom a bitch. He took $300 from me. He just got a carton of cigarettes came in this week. We gotta get that. And I just be like, all right, give me $25. Nigga, give me $25. I go to the nigga locker, whoever he talking about. Click, click, boom. Locker pop right open. Take his carton of cigarettes, money, whatever he got in his locker. We taking all that shit. I was that guy in Job Corps. Plus, I was selling weed. So I was like a different type of nigga in Job Corps. Like, it was crazy. And then I was the coach of a team that it was this dorm called Nicholas. We was McKinley. Nicholas was the favorites to win the championship in basketball, indoor, outdoor, whatever door. They had like, let's say they had like 500 students in they fucking dorm. We only had like a 150. So we was Nicholas was always the favorite in every sport. So I became the coach of McKinley. And McKinley was like, we gonna play Nicholas in the championship, and we played him in the championship. But I got kicked out of Job Corps before the championship happened. And when the championship happened, I forget the motherfucking name, but he reminded me of Barry Sanders, running back. He used to be a running back, but he played basketball. I forget his name. But he made a half-court shot to win a championship against Nick. But I wasn't there because I got kicked out a month prior to this shit happening. But they all called me and they said, yo, it's because of you, we won a chip and all this shit. Like, that shit was crazy, man. Because I was 3-1 as a coach in that situation until I got kicked out. So, and one of them wins we won, and them 3 wins was against Nick. But Nick was like the juggernauts. The niggas that had everybody. They was Lakers. They was the Rams. They was the New Jersey Nets. They was all of that. They was the juggernaut. They was the favorite to win. But we beat them under my coaching. So, ever since that, them niggas, when I got kicked out, they went on a 6-0 run, won a championship and all that. They called me, they told me like, because of you, I won a championship. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Right.
I wasn't even there. It was crazy, man. I love Job Corps. That was a great, humbling experience, man. It's something special, man. And then the government fund everything. So, like, if you 24 and under, like, go to Job Corps. If you ain't doing nothing with your life, you on your way to jail, nigga, go to Job Corps, dog. Like, that's where it's at, man. It'll change your life, give you a trade, something you can make money off of for the rest of your life, dog.
What was your trade?
I did the same thing Phil did. I told you, he motivated me. I was brick mason and all that. I didn't complete it because I got kicked out. But that's what I was on the verge of doing. I was cement, brick mason.
All right, so after Job Corps, what was next?
At the Job Corps, I was hustling. I was in the streets. I mean, at the Job Corps, I went to jail. You know what I mean? That's basically it.
What you go to jail for?
I was selling weed. I buy an ounce of weed for like $1,000. I make $3,000.
Now, how you get locked up?
I have, to this day, it's a fucking mystery. I kept my weed in Southwest at my mom's house, but I sold all my weed in Darby. So I had some weed in Darby. I sold out. I went to Southwest to get more. I grabbed more. It's funny because Phil and Hal gave me and Dom their what you call them, Jones? Transport?
Transpass? Transpass?
Y'all gave us our transpasses to catch Scepter, but we waited for Scepter for like a half an hour. They never showed up. So I said, you know what? Let's just walk to Darby, because Southwest and Darby is what, 30 minutes away.
Right.
So we left Pascal Projects, walked to Darby. As soon as we crossed Island Avenue into Darby, where the Happy End is at, the police pulled up on me.
Yeah, somebody told on you.
Jumped out the car, pointed the gun at Dom. You're Dante Motley. Dom said, no. Then they pointed the gun at me and said, well, you must be Dante Motley.
Yeah.
I said,
Somebody
yeah.
told on you.
They said, all right. Well, yeah, what you got on you? I said, a whole fucking bunch of weed. It went in my pocket. I had a whole bunch of fucking weed. Me and Dom in the back of the cop car. Dom crying like a motherfucker. Oh my God, I'm going to jail. I said, listen. I said, I will take this case because it's my shit. You're not going nowhere. I'm going to tell the police it's mine. Boom. That's it. You'll get off tomorrow. You'll be home tomorrow. And when they pulled us in for questioning, I told Dom. I told the police. I told everybody. It's my shit. He don't have nothing to do with it. Let him go. They let him go. I had to take the case for that, John. I wound up doing like 6 months in the county and 2 months on house arrest. That's my very first case. I was 17. I turned 18 like 2 months after the case happened. Like if the case happened in March, in May I turned 18. I was 17 when the case happened.
Right.
So 2 months later, boom, I was in the county. I had to do 6 months, whatever. Dime went home, free of charges. I took the case. You know what I mean? That was it.
So you don't think nobody told on you? Cause you saying
They
like,
definitely told on me.
Right.
I just don't know who. To this
Yeah.
day, I don't know who. Speculations about female and this person, but to this day, I don't know who told on me. But I went to jail, did time. I'm home, and that's good. That's it.
All right. So after that, what happened?
I caught another case.
Now, what was his other case?
Another drug case. I was in my crib bagging up. I had an acquaintance with me, and he was helping me bag up. And then he decided to go outside and smoke some weed. While he was outside smoking weed, the Derby police decided that he was smoking weed and wanted to approach him. So when they approached him, they locked him up. Meanwhile, me in the house, bagging up, doing what I do, boom, boom, boom. Once I got finished, as soon as I walked outside with guns pointed to my forehead, talking about you under arrest.
For what?
They locked him up.
Well, what they had to do with you?
I had a medicine vial. You know them Jones where the Viagra and the perks and all that shit come in little vials and shit. I had one of them filled up with cocaine. And as I was coming outside, they pointed the gun to me. I threw that joint. Tried to throw it back in the house, but it didn't actually go in the house, and they found it, and that's what I was arrested for. But in the process of them arresting me, I told the police, I said, all of this shit is mine. The police said, what you mean? I said, everything you found tonight is mine. Because if it's me and you, Leroy, if it's me and you, Gray get locked up, why the fuck would I allow the police to lock me and you up for 10 years when if I say it's mine, I'll go to jail for 10 years, you can get off. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But if I say it was me and Leroy, we both doing 10 years. Why the fuck would me and you both do 10 years? So I'm young. Like I said, I'm dumb. I'm young and I'm dumb. All of that shit is mine. What you found was mine. But that other shit you found wasn't mine, but I'm going to claim all of it because I want you to give me the time and send Leroy home. You understand what I'm saying? So once Leroy go home, as long as Leroy take care of me while I'm doing my time, everything good. But if Leroy don't take care of me, now I'm looking at Leroy like, what the fuck is up with you?
All right, now.
You understand what I'm saying?
All right, the question is, this acquaintance, did they do what you talking about?
They did everything I'm talking about.
Okay.
I went upstate. I went to jail. I went upstate. That's when I went to the boot camp. You know what I mean? All of that.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that. So this is where the Nas One Love come into play, right?
Yeah.
Phil, I'm talking about the Nas One Love. Okay.
I went upstate. I went to boot camp. That nigga, he had 3 months in the county because of prior shit he did. After his 3 months in the county, he was home. I had to go to the county, then upstate, then to this place, then to that place, Job Corps, all that bullshit before I could come home. That nigga been home 6 months ago. So, but when he came home, he told niggas, that nigga chick snitched on me. And I'm trying to figure out how.
But you're doing more time than
I'm
you do,
upstate. I'm in the mountains. You nigga, you was home 20 days after the case settled.
Right.
I gotta sit
But you
for years.
You just said that he did that. You said you wanted somebody to take care of you while you was in there.
Exactly.
But
that
you
nigga.
just said he did.
That nigga.
Oh, but you said he did, but he didn't. He actually didn't though.
Nobody listen. When I go to jail, my fiance take care of me. That's it. No, nobody else. Like nobody else. Whoever. No, they might write me, send me a couple of dollars or whatever. That's cool. But as far as I'm in there, for as long as I'm in there, she take care of me, dog. Like she look out for me. She send me a letter every 2 or 3 days. She come to visit. She send me money. That's what a wifey's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like,
I don't understand where this snitching stuff come from. I don't get that.
yeah, I'm the snitch. I went upstate. I did years. He did 20 days and he was home and all that, but I snitched on him.
Right.
Wherever that came from, that's okay, whatever it is. If that's what you say, that's what it is. I don't argue with niggas. Like I hate arguing with niggas, man. Like listen, either we gonna do something or you gonna shut the fuck up. Like that's how I look at it. Yeah, you know the John how we playing pinochle. Mm-hmm. You know how people in pinochle start talking shit. Oh, you was a bitch, you was a faggot. Da da da. Listen, I'm not going back and forth with you, dog, cause you're on the internet and I can't see you physically. But if you want to talk that shit, know what I mean? This is my address. Know what I mean? Come holler at me. And then we can squash that shit. Like, whatever we got going on, we can squash it. But if you ain't coming down here to talk to me, nigga, I'm not about to finna waste my energy on what the fuck you talking about, nigga. I don't care if you took the bid for 50 or whatever. Nigga, I ain't trying that shit. Let's play cards. When the game over, the game over. But if you start talking that shit, nigga, you can see me. I live right here. I live on Darby and 5th Street.
That shit get crazy on people.
Come holler at me.
So they always talk like that on
Come holler at me.
Majority of the people that play is in jail or learned in jail, so they like jailbirds. There's a lot of them.
Bunch of them. Then they get to talking shit. Them niggas take the bid, they fuck up the bid, and then they blame it on you. Mm-hmm. And if you don't say nothing, they gonna dog you for the rest of the game. Mm-hmm. But if you say like, man, fuck y'all niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas, either they gonna respect you or y'all gonna go back and forth. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times we go back and forth, and I be like, man, fuck you, nigga. Like, I ain't trying to hear that shit. You took the bid. So we go back and forth. But them dudes don't really be, they be talking that gangster shit, but they ain't really about that life. Mm-hmm. Because this one dude, right, we playing, and he started talking this crazy shit. Man, fucking bitch ass. I'm like, bro, I don't do internet gangster shit. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? He said, it's whatever. Give me your Addy. Nigga, I gave my address. I said, nigga, come pull up. 220 South 5th Street, nigga, pull up. The nigga now wrote me back. Chrissy like, why would you give me your address? I said, just in case you slide. I want to see that nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to punch him in his mouth for all the shit he been talking, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care about what he bringing to the table. I want to see him.
That card game is serious,
yo,
man, I'm telling you.
Yo. Chris like, yo, he's going to come to y'all. I'm like, I don't care about none of that. You know what I mean? Come on through.
You got to be an idiot to go to a whole nother city just to fight somebody.
Yo, he was talking crazy.
I know that. I seen it.
I'm like, bro, he the one who said, nigga, send me your Addy. I'm like, all right, here it go. Come through. Now, I wish a nigga would. Like, I mean, I wish he would slide through and announce himself. Yeah, I'm here. What's up? Nigga, you gonna get lit the fuck. Yo.
That's how they be on that.
Hey, I wish he would. He asked for the Addy. So apparently you be pulling up on niggas if you gonna ask for it. You know what I'm saying? Or pull up on me, man. You know what I mean? Pull up on me.
All right. So what happened at the jail?
As far as what?
After happened to you at the jail.
So the second arrest.
Yeah.
How about we get into what made you say fuck the streets?
Yeah, we gonna get up to that.
Fuck the streets, man. I'm gonna tell you what happened. This was like my.
Is the streets a myth? Like
No, this was like my 4th or 5th arrest. I don't know which one it was. It was late in the game. I got booked on my daughter's birthday, her 10th birthday. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We had this party set up. We paid for the party and all that. It was on Baltimore Pike, and it was at this place where everybody was going to come, and we had a whole lot of people showing up for that joint. And then I got a phone call like, yo, I need X amount of shit. And I'm like, damn, I didn't spent like $1,000 on my daughter's birthday because this shit was crazy because it was her birthday. It was her 10th birthday. So I done spent over $1,000 on that shit. I'm like, yo, these people want some shit. I could make half my money back by going to go see them. So I tell Chrissy, I'm like, yo, I'm going to go see 2-3 people. Then I meet you at the party. I went and seen the first person. Boom. Everything was good. The second person I went to go see, shit ain't go so good. You know what I mean? So the second person I went to go see wound up getting booked, and I'm getting booked with him. And that was my daughter's 10th birthday, and I know how Chrissy is. I know how my fiance is. She's like, she'll go crazy like when shit ain't right. So I know how she is. So the whole time I'm sitting in the jail cell, I'm thinking like, yo, Chrissy is going through it right now. Like, I'm telling the cops and everything, today is my daughter's 10th birthday. Like, I'm supposed to be out in the streets. I ain't supposed to be in this joint. Like, that was the breaking point for me to where I was like, you know what, man, I'm done with this hustling shit. My daughter 10. Listen, my daughter be 17 this year. She still talk about her 10th birthday like that shit was yesterday, dog. I remember I had my 10th birthday, Daddy, you wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. No matter, I was there for her first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, every fucking year but the 10th. She remembered the 10th like it was yesterday. Like, nigga, you wasn't there. Everybody else was there. I was celebrating. I was dancing. I looked up. Nigga, I didn't see you. Her 10th birthday, dog. And she'll be 17 this year. Mm-hmm. That was the day I said, you know what, man, this shit ain't for me, man. You know what I mean? Like, I've been doing this since I was 13. You know what I'm saying? Her 16th birthday, I had to be damn near 30. I'm like, yo, this shit ain't for me no more, man. I done got booked. My niggas got booked. This happened, niggas telling, all this, I got robbed, niggas then did crazy shit, niggas then put my kids at gunpoint and all types of shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? From this shit, this ain't it. This ain't it for me. Mm-hmm. And that's when I was like, I'm cool. You know what I mean? My daughter's birthday, her 10th birthday. She'll be 17 in September. Mm-hmm. September this year. Yeah, it's been some years, man. You know what I'm saying? And that day, it was like, I'm done with it, man. I'm done. I didn't grind. Like, my kids, they didn't live their life. We didn't like Phil, me and you growing up, nigga. Myers was our Miami. You know what I'm saying? That was our Vegas trip. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Wildwood, nigga. That was our Vegas trip, nigga. Like, we ain't like my kids been to Georgia, been to Vegas, been to Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like, they done been around, dog. Like, they didn't. I don't even know how to swim. Real shit.
Right.
You know what our swim was growing up in Southwest?
The water plug.
Nigga, turn the water plug on, nigga. You can't swim in the water plug. You know what I'm saying? Like our kids today, we taking them to hotels. They in the swimming pool. They got YMCA memberships and all that type of shit. It's different, dog. Like, I still, to this day, I don't know how to swim.
Well, shit, a water plug, I was content.
Nigga, that was the shit.
Exactly.
Nigga, you standing there and you wet everybody. You know what I mean? You put your back to that joint, you start
that
to
was the shit
sprinkler.
because we didn't know no better. That's
Nigga, like, we ain't had no swimming pool where all these youngins now, they going to the Marriott and all types of hotels and shit where they got swimming pools and all that shit where they can do, I'm at the YMCA. My daddy got me a membership. I'm cool. Like,
The
Come
only
on,
swimming
man.
pool I've been to was King Sesson.
We went to Myers and King Sesson.
And we used to go to summer camp. Summer camp was across the street from King Sesson Playground.
Yeah.
And the lady there, I wish I knew who they was, their names or whatever. I forget their names. The lady's daughter used to like. It was like a daycare center, like that type of thing. We was like always going on trips and all that stuff, but they were like pretty much like a daycare center. And the daughter used to take us to New Jersey to her mom's house where she lived at, and they had a swimming pool. King Sesson and that swimming pool. That's the only
King
swimming
Sesson
pool
and
I've been
Myers.
to. Yeah.
That's where we grew up at. Like,
Yep.
that was our shit. Remember, hey, Phil, I don't know if you remember this shit, man. This is the funniest shit ever. I tell everybody this story, man. Like, we was at Myers, right? Remember our homeboy Kareem? Kareem and you was playing catch at Myers, right? Y'all hit some little youngin' in the head. Some little young John in the head. And the young John was well connected. Like, we ain't know that though, right? But it was a whole football game going on over there. Bunch of OAs and shit. And whoever the young John was related to was part of that football game going on over there. So, me, you, and Kareem was playing catch. Kareem hit the John in the head with the football. Boom. John was crying and all that shit. She walked over there to the football game where all the older niggas was playing. And fucking, the John was coming back to me, you, and Kareem with like 3 or 4 of them niggas from the football game and shit, right? So like, you and Kareem, y'all niggas dipped on me, dog. I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all took the fuck off. But in my head, I'm like, Kareem hit the bitch with the football, so they shouldn't say nothing to me, because I ain't had nothing to do with it. It was Kareem. And y'all took the fuck off running. But I ain't run. I'm like, fuck them niggas. And they came up to me and they said, they asked the Lil John, they said, yeah, is he the one who hit you with the football? And the little bitch said, yeah. I was mad as shit, dog, because I didn't hit her. Kareem hit her. But I wasn't about to tell him that shit. So Lil John like, yeah, he hit me. They jumped on me, man. They was trying to roll on me or whatever they was trying to do. I got it out of the shit, though. You know what I'm saying? To this day, I said, I wonder if Phil remember that shit, man.
See, now, I don't know if this is some Mandela effect or some twist in the story because it's been so long. Because I have a story like that, too. But this wasn't Kareem. It was me. I don't know if you was there or not. You could have been there. But what's the big boy? He was kind of fat. He lived like, was the almond straight back? Like, you know how those houses went like this? Ours went like this. He had some weight on him, but he lived at...
TD?
It wasn't TD. I can't remember his name, but he lived at one of... You know what I'm talking about? Like, our house, our street went like this.
Almond Street.
Right. And then that other street that crossed like that was that...
Peanut.
60th? I don't think that was his name. It was the street that went like this. I think it was 60th. I don't know what street that was. But one of those houses he lived in, he had some weight on him. Well, anyway, at Myers, kids playing on the monkey bars. But we wanted to battle on the monkey bars. We used to, like, go across and meet in the middle and use our leg to try to pull the other one down. But 2 little girls was on there. So he's like, yo, y'all got rolled. So the one girl left. The other girl was like, I'm not leaving. And then we was like, yo, we got to leave. And then the boy threatened her. Like, you better get the fuck out of here if I hurt you or something. He said something crazy to the girl. She started crying and left. We started playing and shit and everything, you know what I mean? And then she came back with all these niggas and was like, yo, which one of y'all made her cry and told her she need to get the fuck out of here or something like that, you know what I mean? And then she pointed at me. And I didn't say shit about it. She pointed at me. And I said, yo, I didn't do that shit, no, you know what I mean? And they wanted to fight. And I can't remember if the fight went down, but I remember that how it started. You know what I mean? So it sounds like your story, but it's different.
Yeah, because listen, the thing I can remember is I'm putting my hands over my face because the nigga done slammed me or got me on the ground somehow, some way. So I'm putting my hands over my face, and now he like punching my hands. But you and Kareem had already took off and shit. So I'm like on the ground holding my face and shit. Then when I got up, I just broke free and took off running and came back to the block and shit. But I remember the nigga name. His name was Rocky from Chester Ave.
The one that was fighting with you?
Yeah, the nigga was sweet. It was a nigga named Abdul and a nigga named Rocky from Chester Ave. And like but like I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. Like we could have fucked these niggas up and we would have stuck together. Nigga, like oh shit. I was by myself, like, god damn. Niggas done jumped me and all types of shit going on. I ain't like that shit, man.
All right, so you out of the streets now. So tell us about your business.
Yeah, I'm done with the streets, man. The streets ain't for everybody. Come on, Phil, man, hurry up, man, for this shit start going everywhere.
Spill some shit and tell me that.
I know, you supposed to already know where your fucking neck is at.
I thought you were still recording.
No. All right, Chick, tell us about your business.
I mean, right now I got a gutter cleaning business.
What's the name of it?
Motley Property Management.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? My email is KB, K as in King, B as in Boy, LLC at propertymanagement.com, Yahoo. You know what I mean? It's
Now, would you, instead of the gutter, would you also do property management?
Yes, we do property management.
Oh, okay.
We got painters.
All right, because you started off with gutter.
We got painters. Right. We got carpet cleaners. We got people that can do shit to a house, like and if it's something that we can't do, I know people that do that. You know what I'm saying? So like it's like we can cover all fields as far as a house go. If you need anything done to your crib, we got somebody for that, you know what I'm saying? But we mainly, our main aspect is relining gutters, cleaning out gutters, you know what I'm saying? Like making sure your foundation of your house as far as gutters go is sturdy.
How big is your crew?
I got 4 people on payroll, including myself, make 5. So I got 5 people, and we just go out there and we get the job done. As far as anything that got to do with gutters, we can handle that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's cool because like when you in the streets and you think like hustling is the only thing I know, or selling drugs, or selling pills, or selling liquid, or whatever the fuck you sell. Like hustling is the only thing you know, and when you can translate hustling into like legit shit, like you know what I'm saying, I can train or teach these youngins how to do this shit, and instead of telling them how to sell an ounce of weed, I can tell them how to lay a fucking filter, you know what I'm saying? Or clean a gutter, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could teach them this shit, you know what I mean? Mm. Yeah, it's always a blessing, and it's always good to just, like, let the youngins know, like, it's not, hustling ain't just what it is. Mm-hmm. Hustling can get you in jail. Hustling can get you a criminal background that will haunt you for the rest of your fucking life. Like, hustling can also get you good things. I'm not the nigga that tell you, like, sell drugs, nigga, you gonna be in a Bentley next year. Mm-hmm. I could tell you that shit, and it can be true, but you can also be dead. You can also be in jail for the next 30 years. You can also be shot, paralyzed, whatever. Like, it's so many other things. Like, I'm gonna give you all of this shit and let you decide. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give you, like, I'm not going to just glorify the fact that selling drugs or in the streets or hustling is where it's at, because most of the youth right now, that's what they looking for. But like, no, I'm gonna tell you, you can succeed from that shit. But let me tell you all the downfalls to that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that motherfuckers didn't tell me. Let me tell you all the downfalls. Let me tell you, like, motherfuckers told me how you can ride around in the Benz and get this girl and that girl and have this amount of money and that amount of money. But ain't nobody tell you how, like the darker side of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you can go to jail for 25 years. I got a man, my man Black Sam. That nigga in jail, he been in jail for the last 15, 20 years. We don't know when he coming home. Hopefully this summer. But just like last year, it was that summer. And the year before that was that summer. Like twine. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can glorify that shit, but at the end of the day, that ain't where it's at, man. If you can do it the legit way and make money, that's the way I want to see you strive. But you got this side and you got that side. Whichever side you decide to choose, that's on you. But I can't fall victim and say, like, it's my fault because he did this. Nigga, that's the side you chose. I'm going to tell you, this is fucked up. This is good. This is good. This is fucked up. It's up to you to be like, I want to take the fucked up route. You know what I'm saying? Right. Once you decide that's the route you want to take, I don't feel guilty for you no more. Because I'm going to let you know this is what it is and this is not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you just be like, fuck it, I want to sell drugs. I like the strip club and all the good shit and the party and the casino and all that shit. That's the fuck on you. Now, if you take that route and you don't succeed, I'm not losing no sleep over that. That's your choice. You know what I'm saying? But if you be like, you know what? I like school. I like building maintenance. I like fixing houses. I like laying carpet or whatever the fuck you want to do. You chose that route. I like that route for you because that's the route to success. That other route, you never know. It's like rolling the dice, dog. You know what I'm saying? It could be success. It can be crapped out. It can be, it can be a whole lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But that's your choice. You chose in life. But you got options. It's up to you to decide which options you want to take. You know what I'm saying? And that's just life in general, man. You know what I mean? Right. You know what I mean? I could have stayed in school. I probably would have been something different. You know what I'm saying? I could have not took the selling drugs route. I could have probably been something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all part of life. It's like a learning experience, man. Like, but the things you learn from the shit you think about and the shit you get encountered with, things you learn from it can then better you for the person you become in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain things from hustling I can take and just put it towards business and be like, damn, that makes sense in the hustle world. It makes sense also in the business world. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that you can take from the narrow and straight to the illegal, and it's like, that don't make sense. Why did I do that? It's just a learning experience that everybody go through, especially when you going through the streets and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But once you learn the legit side, and then it shows, like we talked about, like power and shit like that enlightens you on the good side. Like, Ghost tried to lead the streets and build truth, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you can do that type of shit too when you in a hustler game. It ain't always gotta be, I'ma sell drugs till I die. That's where niggas get that shit misconstrued. You gotta sell drugs until you reach the certain extent that you're trying to reach. You know what I'm saying? Once you reach that point, now it's like, you gotta have a goal other than selling drugs. That was my problem. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say, like, I'm gonna sell drugs until I own this house on 46 and such, I'm gonna turn that house into a fucking bar, or I'm gonna turn that house into a condominium. And once I turn that house into a condominium, I'm gonna take it from there to take it to there. You gotta think. It's like chess. You gotta think like 3-4 steps ahead of yourself. So if you got that mentality to say I'm gonna turn that house into a bar, into a condominium, and in 5 years it's gonna be a skyscraper or something crazy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that in you. You don't just grow that shit. So if you got that in you and that's the way you go, like, I'm gonna sell drugs until I get to that. Then once you get to that, that's when you stop selling drugs and you start doing it right. Some people just be like, man, I'm gonna sell drugs till I die. But you got enough money, you got the back end, you got the this, you got the that. Nigga, you don't gotta sell drugs till you die. Right. You can do something different right now. But some people just so embedded in the game, it's like, I ain't doing nothing. This is what I'm gonna do until I die. I don't knock them niggas for that shit because that's what got them there. But at the same time, once you get there, you gotta know, like, this ain't long term. Let me get here. Once I get there, I'm gonna take it here. And that's the long term for when I'm dead, I'm retired, I'm cool, and I'm whatever, and my kids is good. This is what they gonna get. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead of just like, this is what it is right now, and just ride with it and die or do whatever, like, just wild out with it. Man, this shit, life is crazy, man. It's crazy because it's so fast. It's like, before, like, Phil, I know you can relate, like, it feel like 2-3 years ago, baby girl was born. Before you know it, baby girl's gonna be going on her fucking prime, and you're gonna be like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, yo. I remember when she first took her first step. She about to fucking go on a prime with some little nigga. You ready to punch on? Nigga, that shit is crazy, and it goes so fast, bro. Before you know it, you be like, yeah, I'm chilling, I'm this, that, and the third, and then next thing you know, you be like, you the OG. Mm-hmm. When you used to be that boy, now you're the OG. Like, everybody like, what's up, OG?
Right. I remember I told Shay that story about I was running ball. This was some years ago, and I'm waiting to get picked up on the next game, and Bull was like, get me old head over there. I'm looking like,
nigga, I'm 27.
Me and shit, you know what I'm saying?
I'm an old head now. I'm 27. Yeah, nigga, you the old head. Cause it's 16, 17-year-old little niggas that's doing the same shit you was doing when you was that age, though. That's what us old heads gotta realize. Like, nigga, we used to be that age. Mm-hmm. I remember when I used to do that. I remember when I used to skip Bartram and go and play basketball in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, y'all doing that shit now. I did that shit 20 years ago. You gotta realize when it comes to the point where you're that old head. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people still think, like, I'm in the mix and I'm still cool. Nah, nigga, you the old head, nigga. Like, you ain't cool no more, nigga. You're the old head bull. Back in 1995, you was this, that, and the third. Like, that's who you are now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize that shit. Like, it's like in sports. Like Carmelo Anthony. Nigga, your game is done. You're not Carmelo Anthony no more. That's why you coming off the bench now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not Bull no more. But sometimes Carmelo seem to think, like, I'm still Bull. No, you're not, nigga. You're fucking 10 years washed up. You're done. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not dude no more. Like, you can retire tomorrow. Ain't nobody gonna miss you. That's how niggas be. Like, you gotta understand when you're done. And in the hustling game and all that shit, I understand that I'm done. Like, I don't want to be a part of that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? I done did this, I done did that, I done made this amount, fuck with this person, that person, and did all that shit. At this point, your kids is older and you wiser and everything is different. I'm not a part of that no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with that. Let's try something different. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the business and all that other shit come from. Let's try something different, man. Like, I can't keep selling drugs and thinking I'm Carmelo Anthony, thinking I'm fucking Jordan when I'm in my 15th year and I'm not even half the man I used to be. No, I'm not him no more. You gotta realize that at some point. You're not him no more, dog. Sit your ass down, come off the bench, give us 12, 15, if that, and then go sit your ass back on the bench. Like, you're not Carmelo Anthony no more. You're not going to give us 30 and win a game on a buzzer beater. You're not that dude no more.
I think because he came in with LeBron, he see LeBron can still do it. And that's like a unicorn. Everybody can't do that
Two different players, man. Two different players, man.
And plus, you got to take care of yourself now. The thing about Carmelo, was he taking his care of himself like LeBron? No? Okay.
Carmelo never took the time to elevate his game.
Because he's like an ISO player.
Right? I will score 30 on you, and that's it. But that's how a lot of New York motherfuckers is, like Records Park and all that shit. They ain't worried about defense and all that. They worried about how many he dropped on him.
Trying to beat people off the dribble, ISO, but can you do that at that age?
No.
Right.
That's why he's off the bench, averaging 12 to 15 points a game. Mm-hmm. He's not the 30-point scorer that he used to be. He's not him. But he's still, in his mind, think, I'm that bull. You know what I mean?
Allen Iverson.
Sometimes you gotta just know, like, I'm not bull no more.
I think it took some time for Melo to realize, but I think he know now.
I'm not bull no more.
He didn't even want to do that, and now he's doing it.
The next superstar that's going to say I'm not bull no more,
LeBron James.
Russell Westbrook.
Oh, shit.
He's going to let you know.
That's early.
I'm not bull no more.
But see, I think Harden is not too far behind him either, though.
He's not. I don't think Harden's too far behind him either. Harden is 33. Listen, if he take that extension, he's going to be 34. Then, if they hit him with a deal that he accepts, that's the max contract, which will mean 4 years at least, at the most, getting paid 60 million a year. That's what they're going to give him, at the most. Now you're giving a motherfucker that's 34 with a 4-5 year contract getting paid $40-50 million a year.
And that's why I don't think they're going to.
By the time he turned 38, motherfuckers going to be like, yo, we giving this nigga $58 million a year and he getting us 12 points.
Yep.
Because he's 38 now.
Yep.
Can we get him when he's 23, 24 and have him for the next 10 years? That'd be great. That's how we did Elton Brand. That's how we do all these older niggas. We done gave them all kind of checks. And these niggas is washed up and done. But we give them the check to keep them fuckers around for another 5 to 10 years. Yep. Come on, man. Yep. That's what we do.
For you.
Other than the Phillies didn't do that when they won the championship that year. Other than that. Well, thank you, Chick, for telling us your story. What's your you said you don't have social media, so what's your Facebook? And give us your email also.
My Facebook is Chrissy and Chick. I don't know what they call it at Facebook.
No. Search Chrissy and Chick on Facebook.
Search Chrissy and Chick on Facebook, and you'll see our picture come up or whatever. My email address is bigheadchick, B as in boy, I as in Isaiah, G as in Gary, big head, H as in
Harry,
E as in Edward, A as in Apple, D as in Dante, Chick, CHIC 1978 at yahoo.com. Bighead Chick 1978 at yahoo.com. That's my email address, man. That's it, man.
Well, all right, you can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at PNL Judgmentals, Instagram at _Judgmentals, and email us at pnljudgmentals@gmail.com. You looking at me because like
I can't wait to get to that point.
Yeah, that's when
where
you
I
had
can
to
just
do it all
spit
over
that shit
again.
like, yeah, take this. You know what I mean?
Well, all right, Phil, this was a good one.
All right. Good having you, bro.
Thanks, shit. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, man.
We'll see you again.
Hopefully y'all see me in the future, man, with bigger and better things. I'll tell you what's going on in the next 6 months or whatever, you know what I mean? We're gonna talk about that.
Me just by how your face look. You can check the
Alright,
status on my level, not my Facebook. Comments on my photos, that's why I stay on the low. Most of y'all is associates, so I be on my dolo. Hold up, woke that, whoa, hold the phone. You think all I do is rap? I can do it on my own. That's why I produce the track. Don't wonder where my crew is at. They'll be back. Niggas see me walking on the block and look like, who is that? Who is that? People always wanna know where my friends is at, like we attached. I don't need no crew to produce the same effect. How lame is that? Niggas say that we drawlin', but really we ballin'. They mad cause they fallin'. We rottin', they successful.